Ronnie O'Sullivan, known for his excellent cue ball control, ambidextrous skill set allowing him to play balls only few could attempt. With natural talent and fluidity, Ronnie was destined to take over the world of snooker. Ronnie's journey is one of triumph, struggle, and unwavering resilience. Today, we delve deep into Ronnie O'Sullivan's Unbreakable, exploring the moments that shaped him into the legend he is today. Ronnie O'Sullivan's early life was a mix of incredible talent and deep personal struggles. From a young age, Ronnie showed he had natural ability, quickly rising through the ranks. However, the difficulty of dealing with the absence of both parents would prove to be a deep wound he would later struggle to recover from. Then, I was the lost boy, for 3 nights and 3 days at a time piling into the Guinness and spliffs, burning all that talent up. Ronnie's father was sent to prison for murder when Ronnie was just a teenager. Later on, his mother was also jailed for tax evasion. This left Ronnie with the difficult job of navigating the world by himself at an early age. Without his parents around, as you can imagine, Ronnie felt a huge emotional void. With both parents in prison, Ronnie had to fend for himself during some of the most critical years of his life. Snooker became his escape, a way to find some sense of control and purpose. But it wasn't just a safe haven, it also became something that kept him isolated. I've realized how good it feels having people around you and how hard it is to deal with when they are taken away from you. Snooker was both Ronnie's safe place and nightmare. On one hand, it gave him something to focus on and excel in. On the other, it demanded so much of him that it left little room for a normal social life. Ronnie spent countless hours alone, perfecting his game in dark rooms, which made him feel more isolated. Snooker was my escape, but it also became my prison. Every shot was a reminder of what I had lost and what I desperately wanted to hold on to. In the midst of these struggles, Ronnie's relationship with his father remained complex. Visits to see his dad in jail were emotionally taxing, filled with a mix of disappointment and a desperate need for connection. He would say to me, "Seeing you play is like having you for a visit." These visits were more than just a family obligation. They were a testament to Ronnie's enduring need for paternal guidance and approval, even in the most challenging circumstances. Imagine being a prodigy in a sport that you love and a sport that you adore, yet feeling the weight of the world pressing down on you from every side. Ronnie's early life was a constant battle between his passion and his pain. It was a time of immense growth and hardship, shaping him into the resilient and complex individual he would later become. His story is a powerful reminder that even those who shine the brightest at times carry the heaviest burdens. Entering the professional snooker arena, Ronnie quickly rose to prominence. His exceptional skill brought him fame, but with such fame came immense pressure and a relentless pursuit of perfection. Everything you're looking at makes sense. The angles you need to find, the spin and power you want to put through the cue ball. Snooker wasn't just a game for Ronnie, it was an all-consuming passion. The discipline and rich history of the sport provided him with solace and a sense of purpose. Yet this same dedication meant long hours of solitary practice, often leaving him isolated and battling inner struggles. This is what it feels like when you're playing well, when you're doing, not thinking, when the snooker gods are smiling on you, not pulling you apart. It's an energy, it's the best drug you've ever experienced. As Ronnie stepped into the limelight, the Crucible Theatre became his proving ground. Competing at the highest level demanded not just technical skill, but also mental fortitude. The atmosphere was electric, the stakes incredibly high, and every match was a test of his resilience. These sudden explosions of applause, when you pull off a shot some of them never saw coming and most didn't dare to believe would come off. Practice became Ronnie's sanctuary, a place where he could find peace amidst the chaos of competition. His dedication was unwavering, often drawing inspiration from legends like Steve Davis and Stephen Hendry. This commitment to excellence was both his strength and his Achilles heel. I love this sport. I feel blessed to have played it to the highest level. I like the ones who did everything right. I love Steve Davis and Stephen Hendry. At the heart of Ronnie's ascent was his unwavering love for snooker. He meticulously studied the greats, Steve Davis, Stephen Hendry, and others, absorbing their techniques and philosophies to refine his own game. Ronnie often drew parallels between snooker and other elite athletes and what they go through at the elite level, comparing mentalities of the greats like Roger Federer, Serena Williams, and Cristiano Ronaldo. This deep understanding is a blend of passion, study, and insight that propelled Ronnie to the top of snooker, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest athletes of his generation. I look at the purpose in my walk, the little pretend yawn as I go around the table. I got that of Steve Davis, acting like my hero. The relentless pursuit of perfection took a toll on Ronnie's mental health. The solitary nature of his practice combined with the high expectations he set for himself often left him feeling isolated and overwhelmed. Balancing the demands of professional snooker with his personal well-being became a constant challenge. I'm unhappy. You can see it. I'm putting balls out of anger. There's ability there, it's just clouded. I can see I've lost the superpower I had as a kid. Ronnie's personal struggles and love for the game took a hit. He was getting by on natural talent alone, and he knew deep down it wasn't enough. Ronnie was looking for answers, but all in the wrong places. As Ronnie's career soared, so did the personal challenges he had to confront. Darker battles awaited, shaping the next chapters of his incredible journey. Hello, my name is Ronnie. I'm a snooker player and a recovering addict. Behind the scenes, Ronnie was struggling with addiction. Ronnie found himself entangled in a vicious cycle of alcohol and drug abuse, battling demons that threatened to dismantle both his personal life and his illustrious career. I was addicted to alcohol, to drugs. I didn't know myself as a man until rehab. I only knew what other people wanted me to be. Rehab marked a pivotal turning point for Ronnie. It was here that he began to understand the depths of his addiction and the profound impact it had on his identity. The journey was difficult, but it was the first step towards reclaiming his life. In his quest for recovery, Ronnie sought professional help, hiring esteemed clinical psychiatrist Steve Peters. Through therapy and the principles outlined in the Chimp Paradox, Ronnie equipped himself with the mental tools necessary to navigate the pressures of his career and combat his addiction. Steve Peters has given me the same on the mental side, a toolbox I can dip into whenever I'm starting to struggle. Steve Peters introduced Ronnie to strategies that allowed him to manage his emotions, reduce self-sabotage, and maintain a healthier balance between his professional ambitions and personal well-being. Support from friends like Kenny played a crucial role in Ronnie's recovery. Their unwavering belief in his ability to overcome addiction provided the strength needed to persevere through his darkest moments. Despite the progress Ronnie made, the battles were never too far away. The temptations of easy escapes and the relentless pressure of the snooker world often tested his resolve, pushing him to the brink of relapse. Self-sabotage became a recurring theme in Ronnie's life. The very sport that had given him purpose was also the source of immense stress and anxiety, leading him to undermine his own success in moments of vulnerability. I began to self-sabotage. Sabotage is being in that match and not enjoying it. Sabotage is going from not enjoying it to straight away deciding you don't want to be there. Sabotage is not trying as hard as you could. Ronnie also grappled with the lingering influence of his father and the absence that had shaped his early years. This internal conflict further complicated his path to recovery as he sought to redefine his identity independent of his past. I had to find myself too, beyond the shadow of my dad. I've realized too, the whole world is not actually against me. It just feels that way when you're in the middle of it. Through therapy and self-reflection, Ronnie began to dismantle the misconceptions he held about himself and the world around him. This newfound clarity was instrumental in his healing process, allowing him to rebuild his life with a more balanced perspective. With the support of his close-knit circle and the guidance of professionals like Steve Peters, Ronnie started to regain control over his life. His commitment to sobriety became a cornerstone of his recovery, enabling him to face his challenges head-on. Rehabilitation marked not just a physical detox, but a transformation of Ronnie's mindset. He began to set boundaries, prioritize his well-being, and seek a balance between his personal life and professional aspirations. It's about controlling the tempo. Whether you're playing snooker or out in the real world, none of us can sustain it in the red zone. You might think you can, but you can't. Understanding the importance of pacing himself, Ronnie learned to control the intensity of his efforts, ensuring that he could sustain his passion without succumbing to burnout. This strategic approach was pivotal in his ongoing journey of recovery. Ronnie's battle with addiction and anxiety was a difficult chapter in his life, but it also marked the beginning of his resilience and personal growth. By seeking professional help, embracing healthy habits like running, and leaning on his support system, Ronnie began to rebuild his life from the ground up. This period of struggle set the stage for his remarkable comeback. After confronting his deepest struggles, Ronnie embarked on a journey of transformation and personal growth. This period was marked by a conscious effort to balance his passion for snooker with his mental and physical well-being. Life is as much about recovery as hard effort. Understanding that recovery was just as important as his dedication to snooker, Ronnie began to implement changes that would sustain him both on and off the table. He realized that in order to excel in his sport, he needed to prioritize his health and happiness. I wasn't prepared to give all that up to be a better snooker player. Adopting running as a new passion, Ronnie found a new healthy outlet for his anxiety and stress. Running not only improved his physical health, but also offered a meditative escape, helping him maintain mental clarity and balance. Running provided him with both physical and mental resilience, This newfound passion not only kept him grounded but also served as a therapeutic outlet for his anxiety and stress. Running changed all that. I didn't want to fall off the wagon because I wanted to get up in the morning to do my running. Embracing the philosophy of process over outcome, Ronnie shifted his focus from obsessing over titles to enjoying the journey of improvement. This mindset allowed him to find satisfaction in the daily grind, fostering a healthier relationship with the sport he loved. He managed to unlock a deeper level of performance and personal fulfillment. Recognizing his own limitations and embracing continuous learning, Ronnie humbly acknowledged areas where he could improve. This self-awareness drove him to seek out new techniques and strategies, enhancing his game without losing his unique flair. I'm not gifted like Stephen Hendry when it comes to big pots. I don't think so anyway. Self-awareness, possibly the greatest gift a serial winner can have. I look at Novak Djokovic and he's so in tune with himself, his diet, his training, his recovery. And when you become aware of your body and mind, it's like you found a cheat code to keeping you going when others falter. Learning to control the tempo of his efforts, Ronnie ensured that he could sustain his passion without succumbing to the burnout. This strategic pacing was crucial in maintaining his long-term commitment to both snooker and his personal well-being. It's about letting go of the outcome. If I want to win another world title, obsessing over it, chasing it, won't help. I'll have to put the hours in on the practice table, and I'll need to build my form and recuperate between sessions. I'll also have to be content that all that I'm doing is setting myself in the right direction. Prioritizing his time became a cornerstone of Ronnie's transformation. By managing his schedule wisely, he ensured that he could dedicate himself fully to snooker while also nurturing his personal life and well-being. Time is our most important asset, whether you're playing snooker or trying to make your life work. Ronnie's commitment to gratitude and self-care became the bedrock of his recovery, allowing him to move forward with renewed purpose and a deeper appreciation for the game that he loved. Rule number 1 of all my rules is to be grateful you're enjoying playing the game. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. After overcoming his battles, Ronnie O'Sullivan returned to the snooker world with renewed vigor and a deeper understanding of himself. His journey was now about redefining his legacy. That's why the 6th title in 2020 meant so much to me. I put together all my life lessons and I'd used them all. I'd become as strong mentally as my heroes. Winning his 6th world title in 2020 was a culmination of years of perseverance, mental fortitude and application of the life lessons he had painstakingly gathered. This triumph solidified his status as one of the sport's greatest. Ronnie's dad had come out of prison and become an important factor in Ronnie's life, rebuilding their relationship. Ronnie had redefined himself out of his father's shadow and was now comfortable with who he was. From having to soldier, going to school on his own as his dad was molding him, trying to strengthen Ronnie's resolve by trying to get him used to not having his parents around, to coming full circle, where visits weren't supervised in jail. Most of the other kids at primary school walked in with their mum or dad. He always sent me on my own. When I asked him why, he told me he wanted me to learn to cope with being on my own because when I was 16 or 17, it might be that way. He now had his mother and father in his life both supporting him. Reflecting on his early days, Ronnie remembered the sheer joy and simplicity with which he approached the game. That untainted love for snooker was the foundation upon which he built his illustrious career. It was easy when I was a kid. Playing, swearing, winning, playing again. In the game for the love of the game, winning 100 quid here, 500 there, all of it like a dream. The guidance of Steve Peters remained a cornerstone of Ronnie's continued success. Their ongoing collaboration ensured that Ronnie could navigate the complexities of professional snooker while maintaining his mental and emotional well-being. I always go back to Steve because he brought everything to life for me. Ronnie embraced a professional approach similar to that of elite boxers by surrounding himself with a dedicated support team and focusing intensely on his craft. He maintained peak performance levels throughout his career. They get a tighter team around him. You don't hear much about what they're doing. They're almost isolated, as if they're in training camp 12 months of the year. If they have a short period off, they come back lean and they come back focused. You see what professionalism means. Silencing distractions became a key strategy for Ronnie. By focusing solely on his game, he was able to perform at his best, unaffected by external pressures or expectations. Through his experiences, Ronnie developed a profound sense of self-confidence and personal satisfaction. This inner strength not only enhanced his performance, but allowed him to enjoy the game. It develops a core of confidence inside you and a satisfaction in who you are. Recognizing that his struggles were not unique, Ronnie found solace in the shared experiences of other athletes. This understanding fostered a sense of community and mutual respect among sportsmen and sportswomen striving for greatness. When I heard Serena speaking about it, I thought, yes, I'm not the only person who has felt it. Ronnie adopted the disciplined practices of saving his best for game day, emphasizing the importance of preserving his best efforts for crucial moments. This strategic approach ensured that he was always at his peak when it truly mattered. Gary Lineker used to refuse to take shots at goal during his warm-up when he was a player, apparently because he felt it used his goals up when it didn't matter. Ronnie had now found control in his life, peace with himself, with his past, his parents, and his game. He found that there was more to life than snooker. If he was going to be at his best as a snooker player, he needed balance. Now when I'm practicing at tournaments, I pop a timer on my phone as I line up the first shot. As soon as the alarm goes off, that's me done for the day. Doesn't matter if I finished on a good shot or bad shot, it's time to put the cue down. Running continued to play a pivotal role in Ronnie's life, serving as both a physical and mental outlet. This commitment to regular exercise not only kept him fit, but also provided him with a necessary balance to the demands of life. Taking a year up after his 2012 world title win allowed Ronnie to focus on his recovery and personal well-being. This period of rest and reflection was essential in maintaining his long-term success and preventing burnout. It's why I took a year out from snooker after winning the world title in 2012. Ronnie took control of not just his game, but the game of life. He no longer allowed snooker to control him and how he felt. I would still love to win every tournament I play, but I accept it's unlikely to happen. So rather than letting my happiness be defined only by winning snooker matches, I try to take pleasure from all of my day. It's taken me half a lifetime to understand, but enjoyment can mean learning to lose. Happiness has to come from every part of my day, not just the snooker. Through gratitude and self-care, Ronnie has not only achieved greatness on the snooker table, but has also cultivated a fulfilling and balanced life off of it. His enduring legacy is a blend of extraordinary skill, mental strength, and a profound appreciation for the game he loves. Ronnie had matured from allowing life to throw his emotions into multiple directions to creating multiple habits that could keep his emotions constant no matter what life or snooker threw at him. Ronnie O'Sullivan's Unbreakable is a deep look into a man who was insanely gifted and needed to be guided on how to nurture that gift. His parents going to prison sent him into isolation, a whirlwind he couldn't control. He thought snooker could relieve the thoughts, but all it did was heighten his sense of perfection. A question Ronnie wrestled with was, could he have achieved his first world championship sooner? Maybe, but his journey was his journey. He had to build personal resilience, overcome adversity, and deal with his personal life. Once his life had structure and order, his natural brilliance shone through. He was then able to find peace and gratitude through his experiences. Thank you for joining us in exploring the remarkable story of Ronnie O'Sullivan's Unbreakable. We have again gone through another past lesson for future wins.